Friends and traders, welcome back. Today we are going to be taking upon a challenge of challenging 369 frequencies, which we believe is the answer to all your vibration discoveries. And we are going to take one Sunday open tool which is used by the NQ, which is having a larger volatility index embedded in it, and we are going to apply this on ES market. And this is the same Sunday open we have seen before. We'll apply this right now. You can see on ES chart, and the indicator is 369 L2 Sunday open vibrations for NQ. So we have taken the entire year since the beginning of this year, and we wanted to see if we are able to predict the top and the bottom right now. So we're going to go there at the beginning of time. Now these are very large frequencies, the way this system is designed. Now all these basic vibrations are going to work, smaller ones. When we go into these huge ranges, we can see that the volatility has to be adjusted. So what can we do about it? Well, let's do it. So this is the hotspot. Now this is with the mindset that you are managing a large portfolio and you are managing your funds effectively, not following the fad but the facts of frequencies. So here it is. We have a hotspot, and hotspot is about to get hot. And what we are going to do in this system is going to take, now this date is Jan 2nd, okay, and Jan 1st, Jan 2nd. All right. So we are not going to keep this on Sunday open because this tool is now being adjusted to be consumed as a larger swing phenomena, because we are going after multi-month projections. Okay, so this is where we're gonna adjust this tool. Going at the beginning of time, we don't know what's going on. We just, when the year opens, we keep at the beginning of the year. And what are we expecting market is going to do? It projected precisely the high of the market. Oops. And there it is. It is having a hard time breaking this element. So what we can consume by this information, now we have done this in so many ways that we were able to get to this top. All right. What text? Well, how about putting it at the low? So this was a monthly low. All right, monthly low. And this is February, as you can see, Jan. This was a monthly low. It predicted the second step. See this one here? This is a 8 and 9. Remember, going back to the basics, there are 9 numbers and there are 8 jumps or steps between these 9 numbers, and they have the frequency of 3 projected from here, and this shifts every Sunday, but we are using this. This is this week, this is this week, so it has already shifted. We were adjusting this to highs and lows, and we're finding out the larger cycles. And this is again, the top is projected, the bottom top, the bottom 3, frequency of 8th dimension, frequency of 3, 9th dimension, frequency of 3. They both converged from different beginning of the year, low of the year. One is projecting the top from the beginning of the year in the 8th dimension, and other one on the 9th dimension, but they are both being seduced by the frequency of 3 right here, and it dances to it for a while, and it goes down. So what do we do next, right? So what do we do next when we see this is becoming like a wall, and we also have this phenomena projected from other tools? What do? We take and relocate this, right? So now remember, it projected from 3, it should go to 9. So this month of March, see, January reflected from 3, and if you take the same sequencing, 3 times 3, right? So 369, if you remember, we talk about 3 and 6 and 9 is actually 396. You have to go from 3 to 9. Let me just write it down, because for those who don't understand this, 3 goes to 9 and 9 goes to 6. Even though we call it 369, and on the way back, let's first make this bigger so we can see this. Alright, 3 is going to go to 9, and 9 is going to 6, and on the way back 6 is gonna go to 9, and 9 is going to go to 3. So this is the hidden things you learn in module 3, because this is the circuitry of 369 of the magnetic control of the electric flow. Alright, so this is how the apex is 9. Think about it, an apex is 9, on the left side is 3, on the right side is 6, and 3 and 6 are not connected together, and that's the key. So we know if the 3 has been in this higher frequency dimension, 3 has been tested and rejected, and projections from there is going to be hitting on the 9th circuit to the tick. Look at this, to the tick. The low came on 9 to the tick. Now these are very advanced things, I think a little bit advanced than level 1 and 2, and you can see the accuracy goes exponentially higher. And this is how we make some decisions. We don't tell you all about it on the internet. The folks who are in the program, they get to see all this, experience all this, and it's unbelievable how things, what did we invent here? Nothing actually, right? Nothing. It's just pure, simple vibrations, true vibrations. So let's relocate this. Let's say, now remember, we can put at the beginning of the year monthly highs and lows. This is the low of the month of March. It goes to 3. It jumps down. I mean, are we controlling the nature, or nature is controlling us? 100 million people and trillions of dollars are dancing to the tune of 396, 693, 396, and 693. And here it is. So from that top, this is 9, and from this bottom, the reflection of 3 is also on a 9. And this is a double frequency, right? We don't have any oscillators, because the moment we start putting oscillators, the first thing which happens is your mind is looking at the easy way out, not thinking hard approach. And this is nothing hard. If you can move the mouse with one finger, you have the ability to become the world's best forecaster right here. So what I've done here, just for demonstration purpose, we have added this rotational oscillator from module 3, and we should be using this on 15 minute, 30 minutes, 1 hour, and this is hourly chart, as you can see. So we may have some possibilities of consumption of oscillations here. So the way this works, now this weekends are there, we can get rid of the weekends, but when the oscillator, the bottom one is at the bottom, we are projecting to go against the market, against the public. Okay, this is a anti-public sentiment indicator. When it is at the bottom, top is coming, and it came on our frequency, right? This is how the context has to be set up properly for consumption. And I think if you need to stretch it, we can stretch it like this just to see it. All right. Okay. And when the other part of the equation is when they collide together, like this guy moves fast and collides the top right here, that is usually the low. So the collisions are going to give us, now this is hourly chart, and this is 50-70 point moves in today's volatility. This one is also telling you bottom is coming, and it moved from here, right? It came down a little bit. I mean, you'll not be able to scalp out of this on hourly chart. That is not the intention of this. This is like when the bottom is penetrating on the top zone very fast. Usually I'm looking at some bottoms coming into life. And again, it has to really go and hit it. All right, just cannot assume. Now this is on hourly chart. We're gonna zoom in this area, so you will see how much big moves these are in today's market. Same thing here, right? This is just, I'm looking at the areas of rotation. Why I'm doing this? I'm taking my bias that hey, from this point onwards, I'm better off taking one side trade. This is the collision in the center, which is the bottom. Right here. So I'm gonna just mark it. So on the 60-minute, we are looking at swings. All right, that's all we are looking at. So here, when the top was happening, let's go back in time. Clash in the center. Somebody came with this name in the research group, profitable kisses. All right, there we go. Right in the center, collision. In the center, collision. Right. Okay, this is also center collision. So we have a context. Now this hourly chart is gonna move fast and it's gonna move long, It is giving you take the bias. If you have robots and bots and whatever is going on, we do out of the money options. We double X, triple X things, right? Especially with volatility, we are out and about certain ATR. Kisses of profits. So once this happens, you're saying, okay, I think I'm better off taking long. Now we have other sophisticated tools we have seen over time. We have Mandelas, we have this, we have squares, but just as far as the oscillation are concerned, all right. So when they collide together, right? When the collision happens, we are looking at bottoms. But here you will catch all collision, and collision will only happen when there is a panic move. These both are there, right? This one and the next one. So what we have to admire about these collisions, you can see collisions in the center. Center means the two bottom lines here, and there is a line on the top of the bottom oscillator, and there's a line at the bottom of the top oscillator. This is the center line. So why do we have two lines on the bottom? Well, this is where we want to pick the tops. When this guy hits, now for picking the tops, we just have to use the bottom oscillator because we're going against the public. And once we know the bias is staged in one direction or the other, you can see these profitable kisses. You get this guy went inside the other guy's zone. See this? This is the bottom guy entered in the top zone. It's invasion of privacy. Then this guy is gonna run away from that scenario. Okay, that's all there is. Do not presume high and low, and don't come with your own rules. Stick to the precision trading. So here, let's look at these tops, right? Is these tops projected? Now we don't have. Now we can bring Sunday open and move it over right here, and we can move the frequencies. But let's now talk only about one thing: is the oscillator. Let's say we moved it here at the bottom. Okay, and we know we're going to be trading in 369. Now we also know there's a big news which is moving the market like never in your lifetime. So now we want to participate in that scenario. So we already got that one, right? I think that is coming because I moved it. Okay, this was there already, right here. Now how about the tops? We have been talking about collision in the center for picking the bottoms. How about the tops? Tops are only picked through bottom. Okay, right there. Do not use it on 1 minute chart with this volatility. When the volatility goes below 13, we can use on a lower time frame. 15 minute is a good one. All right. What else is there? This is also bottom. See this bottom? It did not hold, but this bottom worked. Once you reach there, you said I'm going to look only for shorts. Now you can go down with 60-minute chart. We go to 30, 15, 2, and we go up to 2 minutes chart, right? And then we just take the bias is now short only, short only, short only. From here to here. On a 60-minute chart, you're looking on the one side. I'm taking shorts only, and this is again a the top. So if you drill down to, like, say 5 minutes, I've taken the same chart and I moved it to 5-minute chart. You can go, not go below 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes is okay. Now the reason why you always want to mark your hourly chart, as we talk about, we have bigger cycles. So we said market is on the hourly chart, this is making a top based on the hourly oscillations. Now you want to zoom in on the other chart, or maybe you have a second chart where we do the same thing. We said the tops are picked by the bottom, and this bottom oscillator is stuck between the two lines at the bottom, that is top. Now this is a precision top. Why? The hourly is saying top, and then we zoomed into it. We zoomed deeply into precision on a 5-minute top. At the bottom, the top. And then we say on the hourly chart, keep watching the oscillation flow. And what we're going to do, we're just going to take shots. Never got another shot. This was the only shot we got on both time frame. This is one big block on hourly. They gave you 3 different ideas, at least 2 ideas, or at least 1 idea that, hey, this top is coming. Go short on multi-time frame top has been detected. Other one is here, which is, let's see where that is, which is here, next day. And this is another one on the hourly. This guy on the hourly, it has turned. On the hourly, it is saying bottom is coming, which means I'm playing with fire a little bit because I'm shorting the turning point on the hourly. So the movement is not going to be that super deep. Even today's market is moving 100 points. This is 100 points, which is okay. But just be cautious about it, that what you're shorting, your bots can move fast and get it going. Alright, now what next? Now we know this turn has come. Now I'm going to look for longs only, and the longs only is this guy, and the bottom has penetrated in the other guy's boundary, which is right here, and this is hourly turn already projected for us. Came down. It's rotating on 5 minutes. On hourly, it might be just 1 big bar, or maybe 2 bars sideways, right? And there we go. This guy penetrated inside the territory of the other guy, and this is the bottom. Until we have so we can relocate the oscillator. Now we can move the projections of 369 from here, but right now we're dealing with from here. We're gonna look at hourly. Hourly has made his move. I'm gonna take directions in one direction. Now we're demonstrating these oscillations at this point, nothing else. Now we have other cycles. We can do blind study on the cycles, and we should do it again to make sure you're still trading effectively even with a different volatility lifestyle. And I think in the last video we said the volatility is jamming on the top. So what they do, they have to release the volatility for next moves. So they have to find a way to release the volatility. It comes down, and it was released here. Now if it is volatility is going to keep going down, it is going to stabilize this. Volatility is going to drift up, and they'll make a move, next move, right? Because the volatility has jammed, it has to be released. So now once the volatility comes down, when it comes down, they have an opportunity to move. If they move it down in the next leg down in a panic till 4500, which is the 25% retracement from the all-time low in SPY, as we have shown in the charts. For that, volatility has to get to the next jamming. First jam has taken place, they released it. Now they want to jam it again. Second step, jam to take it down to 4500 from 4800. We are already there. Mid low somewhere at 48 or something so far, right? 40 almost. So how far is 45? Not too far, isn't it? Close by 45, give and take. So for that to happen, the volatility has to come down. So because the moment they move in panic down, the volatility is going to go up again, and it'll jam it up again. So they don't have no room to jam, so they have to release the volatility. And if they decide to go down one leg down as projected, it will be against 25% retracement on a monthly chart. Watch those videos. Keep all these things together in your head as a storyline. Alright, so right now the story is unfolding on 5-minute rotations based on hourly charts. So what we have to do here is pretty straightforward. So from here to here, an hourly chart, or the cycles are moving up. By whatever means, we are just going to take longs only, and the longs will take place when this guy enter the other guy's territory, which is here. And there it goes. This guy entered his territory. Now again, same thing's happening here, remember? Now let's look at this. How much is the move? Let's check that out first. So from here to here is around 36 points. When the jam happens, you got 36 point up, but we also know that hourly has reached a point. Hourly is saying it's going to turn. So same thing is happening here, right? When you're the end spots and these indicators are still activating and saying go short, on the hourly basis is saying I'm turning. On the 5-minute chart is saying hey, I'm going down. But you know the movement of the distance, I would say it can travel, is pretty much contained, right? Same thing is going to happen here. Hourly has reached the top state. We are playing with fire, trying to go long here, right? And we shorted the market. So we had long things going on. We took out aftermarket. When this happened, aftermarket, we took things out. Options you cannot, but stocks and futures you can. And then here it is. So you can play these rotations beautifully if you know what you're doing. This is where we have to be cautious. When you're looking at a 5-minute chart with no context, you're just looking at this with all the excitements. Right here, right? Wow, this is the bottom. It is bottom, but it doesn't have much movement because it is constrained by the hourly. Alright, now we're gonna go shorts. So how do we go shorts? We go shorts when we see this guy goes to the bottom. We only look at one indicator. So maybe easy way to understand is when this bottom guy goes and penetrates inside the territory on the top side, we have a bottom and it goes outside its own boundary, and the bottom, that is the top. That's the top. Now why this is a good top trading? But remember, we're coming from the hourly, and it's a pullback on 5 minutes, and the same oscillation has told us the story. Short is good idea. Now you may be saying, okay, I'm gonna take this jam, which is correct jam. Now look at this movement. Oops. Look at the movement capability, right? We're going against the hourly trend. You got a scalp, 30 point, same thing like this, 30 point scalp in a 300, 400 point. If you look at the overall days up and down swings, right? You're moving up 300 up. If you count all the vibrations, you're probably moving 400, 500 points. 100 here, 100 here, 200 here, 50 here, 1000 here. Total maybe 500 to 1000 a day end-to-end rotations. So you're better off letting the hourly guide and give you the roadmap and control hourly and daily. Stay on those things. Stay on those things. Same tools. Now Sunday open is blowing for ES because it is moving way beyond what we have seen in our lifetime. So we're gonna adjust that. Come with a second high volatility version. All right. Okay, so same thing. When we're getting down here, we haven't seen on the hourly. Now market has come down. Now other thing has happened. This is the hourly big bar, which is the big hourly bar of defense, and I think we should see structure of that. We teach that in level 1, a DNA bar, and now we are coming into a genetic understanding of the market DNA bars, and we are hoping that this guy who initiated this is gonna defend itself for the first time, and we teach about some methods to do this defense, a 3-stage defense. And now this defense can be now controlled and taken like this from the hourly. Now we can also look into hourly. Your hourly may not be setting up straight, but this, if I just look at the bars, right, we're getting into a first touch reflection from the genetics. This is our genetic area, right? We put level 1, level 2, understand what genetic area DNA bar is. Came into it, and this guy told us, okay, I'm in your territory. The bottom gets in the top territory, bottom is coming. That's all there is, my friends. That's all there is, right? So this is how you trade it. Now, since I'm gonna take shorts only and shorts only, right, in this area, what can I do? We're looking for this guy to pick me the tops. Now this is where we are doing trading effectively. This should be the top, and top. Let's check it out. Top. Let's do it through this proper way. Top is coming, worked out. I wanted to really perfectly, I wanted to really go down below this, right? Top is coming, it worked. Top is coming, it worked. So where was this top? Worked. This top worked, right? This also worked. Why it is working is the question. With this high volatility, why it is working? Because we are coming off the hourly, moving down on the hourly. So I hope this helped us understanding how to use these objects, okay, in the direction of higher trend. If you just go to 5 minute only, 1 minute, yeah, it looks very exciting that I'm picking all the tops and bottoms. If you don't go in the right direction, you will be in trouble, and we don't want that, especially with this volatility. So I'm hoping you are collecting a lot of contracts. You're using the contracts to collect your shares long term for free. This is a free share buying opportunities right now. If you know what you're doing, you're hedging things properly, the way we should be doing, and you're taking the hedging profits and reinvesting and rehedging and reinvesting. These rotations are the greatest time, once in 5 10 years. We also know what frequency of those years are. In module level 3, module 1 and 2, we teach 200 years of projections, 100 years of projections. Every projection we teach, every major events happening in the world, we teach how it is done. And 2025 was projected from that module. It was projected from very long time, and then we also projected through the solar cycles. You have seen those cycles many times. You don't remember those things. If you don't remember those things, when things happen, you forget. Because why? You are focusing like this, and after a while, this becomes your life. And then this happened, you have no clue what happened. And they're like, oh, I remember this guy told us, 369 told us it's coming. 369 told us top is coming. 369 told us 2 years back, 25 is going to be sometime. Big move is coming. Direction is not known, but now the market is going on the top. We know it is the top. So keep an eye on those cycles. Keep an eye on these cycles. Very important. So here it is. One more time. 369 forecast. 369. So this is a cycle, right? We talked about this jamming experience. Watch this video. The jam will be showing up here. Jam. Why market from here rallied? It could not move down further. Watch this. I hope this will help you. This one, watch this SPX quarter cycles. We were here when we said from the all-time 30-year cycles is hitting the price. It's coming down here. Where are we? You have to really check it closely. From this initiative move, we came down to 4800. We should watch that video. 4850. We went here and went up from there. Watch that video. We tell you, give you millions of dollars worth of information for free. 4800 on the right side. I can't see the right side, but I think watch that video. It will show you. Okay, this video right here. Okay, there it is. 4850. This is where we stopped. From this top we projected, it stopped here, right? Boom. From this projections, from this ultimate low, this is going to be around 4500. So you keep those levels. Since this top was blown, as we say, if this is the initiative move which broke this top, this is what the projection is. 4850 is happening in front of you. Nothing much to cheat on. This is on video, right? So that's all there is. Trust is other issue, because you've been trained by the TV stars, movie stars, fiction versus fact. So I will highly suggest you watch this level, watch level from here, and watch level projections from here, and how market is vibrating to these levels. And it vibrated from 4850 and it went up here. Now we'll see what happens, right? Okay, so I think now if you try to catch up on hedging with high volatility, you will lose money. Be cautious about understanding wicks, multi-wicks, contango, understanding gamma. Very important if you want to play and hedge yourself at this moment in time. Your vertical spreads might be the only option left for you, because even those spreads are pretty high. You can do way out of the money. If market is here, right, you can buy something here or here. If some really panic happens, disaster happens. And why this is all happening? Pluto, my friends. We will talk about Pluto. Pluto is now with Aquarius. When the war started, thanks to Pluto, planet of life, destruction, death, and transformation. It can be a positive or negative in the journey of your soul. You are here for a contract. The angels are watching you if you're on the right path. If you're not, they will disrupt your life, right? So the world has been not on the right path. and there is a reset taking place. So these are your reset numbers. All right, this is again a view. We are trying to do our best to help you, and hopefully you can look into these videos, at least bigger cycles, and you see how the interplay is happening precisely at this quarter point was invented by Gann, and it was used in the exchanges since 1980, and this is very powerful phenomena, quarter points actually. And if you look at quarter of a quarter of a quarter, the third quarters and the sixth quarters and the ninth quarters, you're looking at a very high level precision. All right, sir and madam, and love to everybody, and peace. Thank you very much.